What's up, y'all? It's Mike from Fantasy Genius. Just wanted to make a quick video demo of the newest feature on the site, which is automated Super Bowl squares with live tracking. I ran this for my personal pool for the national championship game, and it was awesome. People loved it, so I decided to roll it out into the Fantasy Genius site. So if you got an account there, you're all good to go. But let's start by looking at the finished product, and then I'll talk about how you can go through the setup process, which should be pretty easy. All right, so this is your grid page, and this is really going to serve as the hub for this particular contest. I've got a test script over here that I'm going to fire off that's going to kind of simulate what it's going to look like come Super Bowl Sunday. But it's really pretty simple. You've got your grid here, and it's going to update in real time and highlight the winners, and critically on either side, the potential winners. So I know when I've played this in the past, it's always been kind of a pain. You know, there's a new score. You say, if there's a field goal, who is that square me? Well, you'll see really easily here who is in the money, who's potentially going to be in the money. Just makes it really easy to track. So if you see your name up here, you can start to kind of get excited. So the other thing that we have here are the payouts. So these kind of progress as you go. Kind of cool, especially if you're the person who's running the grid to keep track of this. And lastly is the Manage Squares tab. So again, if you're a person that runs these pools, you know it can be kind of a pain to keep track of what people owe you, how many people have paid, how many different squares has everyone bought. Really simple. Keep track of it in here. You just click their paid status, and we'll keep track of everything for you on the back end here. And before the game starts, you can actually go in and delete people if they haven't paid. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. I'm going to briefly talk about how to set up a grid. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go over the process for you and anyone that wants to join your grid. So you do need to have a Fantasy Genius account, but only if you're the person that is setting up the grid. No one that you send the link out to needs to have an account, but they should. The site's awesome. Okay, so you come to the Games tab, you click Create a Grid. Right now there's only one game available, and you just put in some information. So you can give a title to your grid. We'll say $2 per square. And obviously we do not handle any payment information. This is all kind of on the creator of the grid to handle, but we do give you some tools to help with that. So in the instructions tab, I recommend anything that you want your participants to know, or any special rules, I would put them in here. So we'll say, Venmo test guy by Sunday at 3 p.m. So we create the grid. This immediately gives you your league link or your grid link. So this is a link that you can send out to anyone, and if they want to buy squares, they can do so from here even without signing in. And we have a little handy copy link invite, and it has a little message and the URL, so you can use that if you'd like. And then anyone that wants to purchase squares, including yourself, will come in here and click the Buy Squares button. You just put in your name. We'll do this. I'll buy 5 squares. You agree to the instructions, and this will take you to the Buy Squares page. And this is probably obvious, but none of the numbers will show up. That way people can't choose 00 and 03, 70, etc. So it tells them that they purchased 5, and it's as simple as coming in here and clicking on the different squares that you want. And we have some controls in here, so they already picked all of their 5 squares, so no option to pick any more than that. And of course you can't pick on any square that's already been claimed. So you come back here, and again you've got your grid, and this is the public link for it, and this page will turn into the live scoreboard as soon as the game starts. So this is the link that you would want to send out to people. Let me know in the comments if this is something you're interested in. I'll obviously put the links down in the description and maybe a link that kind of describes the game if you've gotten this far and still don't know what the hell I'm talking about. By the way, if you're unfamiliar with our site, we are Fantasy Genius. We sync your league's data from ESPN, Yahoo, or Sleeper, and we provide a lot of cool information in here in your league hub. Right now, one of the biggest things we do is this kind of sample newsletter. This is an auto email that goes out every week, and it's tailored directly to your league. And we try to keep things funny and talk a little smack in there, and people seem to like it so far. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff in here. It's been really fun to go through and look at some of this stuff, even just for my league. So we'll probably post, if we end up doing anything with YouTube, we'll post anything to this channel. So I guess what you're supposed to say is like and smash that subscribe button. Cool. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think.